John, keeping this everything in track. So you can interrupt me for asking questions. So maybe quick intro. Okay, maybe let's start and then I will ask each one of the students. They are working here and they talk about their project. Okay. So by the way, you can hear me well? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's fine.
All right. So let's start. So I think whatever I do, I told you that one is that what we call sustainable development goals in keeping in mind, and science for development and science for diplomacy. That's my whole sort of objective. Mostly science for development, obviously diplomacy on top of that, it just come as a default kind of thing. So you need to have relationship between countries, collaboration, etc. And you can see in the middle, actually that's where Khairul comes from, that laboratory in Jaipurhat, and I'll show you a little bit more. In Australia, it's a customary, we acknowledge the traditional owners of this land, and mainly I'd like to begin by acknowledging the Bunurong people of the Kunil nation, particularly this place, as the traditional owner of the land, and respect their elders past, present and future. So now, how that started, that has started long time ago, so 2008. So we first visit made by Bangladeshi delegation. They asked Australia for help, okay, so in terms of scientific collaboration. So our international office from CSRO told me what we can do, and you can see that there are steps and staff exchange, training, visit, all sorts of things happened, and after quite a while, it took time to go accelerate this activity, and then our first PhD project finished, which is good, and the scientist, he has gone back to Bangladesh, joined his post in Jaipurhat and working out there. Our second PhD was Khairul Islam, who is sitting there, and I will tell when Khairul's time comes to talk about what he's doing here. And then third PhD project is Rakibul. So that's part of Bangladesh CSRO and Bangladesh BCSR and CSRO under that program. But in addition to that, I have got other PhD students. So one is RMIT, currently he's finishing. So that's nothing with, he's a kind of Bangladeshi student by kind of identity, but it's nothing, it's just we manage the scholarship we sponsored. The similar kind of scholarship we gave to Sad Sani. We just started, how many months now, probably?
It's my third month running.
Third month running. So, and also we have got another gentleman, Masud Karim, just fresh. I think I'm waiting for your ident. He will be on board very soon. But this is again separate program. Actually, CSRO industry program, and RMIT is a kind of good friend of us in terms of PhD studentship or scholarship. So that's what.
So this is a partnership between BCSIR and CSIR.
So two programs I'm running. One is under the partnership. Okay, so that part under the partnership, the participant has to be scientist of BCSR. Okay, but other than that, there is open to any Bangladeshi like Saad and Masud Rana.
And how is the funding done here in this partnership?
So with the partnership, funding is some from CSRO, some from RMIT University. Everybody one third roughly, you can say. Actually, Bangladesh is probably 20% Bangladesh government funding. Rest is mostly outside. Okay. So now sorry, did you ask anyone? Okay, going okay? All right. So we just, there was a conference that's why I went in November, December. There was a big congress, and you can see obviously a lot of that BCS are organized, and yearly they are organizing this conference, and we have attended twice, I think in 2019 and last year also, and hopefully this year we'll attend again.
Prime Minister was there?
Actually, Science Minister.
Oh,
there was a number of
okay.
ministers was there, not Prime Minister. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they are. She is supporting, and you can see the bottom one. In that, she is representing Indian CSR
Okay.
and Bangladesh. So we had some relation with India also. So
Yeah.
it's kind of now India-Bangladesh formal relation, Australia-Bangladesh formal relations. The kind of three-party you can even work together, and there are some consequences and some benefits also. I tell because some of the problems are regional. So I think some of the photos, obviously, as I said, that a long time ago, Mr. or our Honorable Minister for Science and Technology, EFS Osman, Architect EFS Osman, he has been supportive from the beginning, and that's how I work with number of chairmen, secretaries. You can RMIT University, as I said, involved. So yeah, we have a lot of exchange visits and over a long time. I think recently that Congress, and also this is one of the rig which used to separate minerals. That's I'll talk a little bit more. And then one of our colleague trained staff member in Bangladesh Science Laboratory also, BCSR. Yeah, so recently I hosted High Commissioner from Australian Bangladesh High Commission in Canberra. So Mr. Allama Siddiqui, His Excellency, he came here. So we had also just keeping everyone up to date what is happening, and we are using this activity to build relationship between Australia and India scientifically. And as I said, these are the partnership model we are talking about. So CSIRO, RMIT University, I should probably move that one, or somehow if I can stop that camera, maybe I don't know how to do that, maybe not. Anyway, so anyway, not working probably. So that then there BCSR logo in the corner. This is the Indian organization. So RMIT India has got very strong relation. We had a bit of loose relation. RMIT CSR a strong relation. RMIT BCSR has got relation. So now it's a kind of, we are thinking about in collaboration. We are developing scientific capability which can help not only these countries but also other across the globe. So 3 areas we work with in Bangladesh first. So first area you will see obviously Bangladesh map. So that's so this kind of if you say Brahmaputra river, they are bringing, those rivers are bringing a lot of sediments, and sediments has got sand. Sand has got titanium bearing mineral. So titanium is used for our glass, plain parts, a lot of application. But mainly titanium is used for this sort of paint, titanium dioxide we call it. So you can extract from those minerals. So you have got beach sand and river sand. Bangladesh government is not very keen to extract beach sand because that has got tourism values and application, etc. So we are thinking about river sand. The reason is that you can maintain the navigation, and every year a lot of sediments coming. So maybe you can recover some cost. And I will show you some of these. So that was our first. So this kind of, if you say in the corner, you can see sand everywhere in Bangladesh, isn't it? They are used in the construction. But that sand has got some heavy minerals and some valuable minerals. So if we take it out and then let the other sand part goes to the construction, then we can take the valuable part, right? So that's why do you put some valuable part of the sand in the building. So that's the reason we are using that sand to kind of extract minerals. And that's the equipment we call spirals. And that spiral plant, those are spirals made in Australia. Australia, one of the company. Other companies make, but Australian company in Gold Coast, they are the best spiral manufacturer in the world. So that's how we started our work with Bangladesh. And then, so we showed how that can be separated, and that laboratory now doing that. Now the second area of work, all we have got mobile phones. I don't know in your lifetime how many mobile phones you have used. Everyone, if you say how many phones you have used? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, isn't it?
No, one.
One, only one. So
No, since the beginning.
Since the beginning.
Came out.
New models.
Many.
Cannot remember.
Many, I
So,
can count.
and then not only that, when that mobile phone dies, what do? We throw out someone, give someone. But as long as those mobile phones has got certain valuable minerals again, and can we extract that in Bangladesh context, because we have got a lot of mobile phones, and that's where our other sort of Khairul and Rakibul is working on, and I'll probably once their terms they will tell about that.
Sorry,
Yes.
excuse me, Nawshad, sorry, just going back a minute, you were talking about some manufacturer on the Gold Coast, the best manufacturer.
Of this spiral equipment plant, so that's called Mineral Technologies.
What
So-
is that equipment used for, sorry?
So that's mainly you have got sand. You need to separate the heavy part of the sand, and Gold Coast actually the city. Before that, a lot of sand mine, and later it became kind of city. So because still Australia is one of the largest mineral sand producer in the world, and South Africa. So we have a lot of technology, a lot of experience, and that's how we translated that to some extent in Bangladesh. And I'll show you that lab. It's a beautiful lab now developed based on that advice. Yeah. So that one done, and my next actually now dream and job is that making something big on how to extract mobile phone, valuable material from recycling mobile phone and recycling batteries, and that's That's the work. So you can smash them, make kind of that kind of material. You can smelt them, and you can get your material back. There are many ways of doing it. So we are doing all sorts of technological development, and that's relevant for Bangladesh. So I think the other area, so mineral sand, 3 areas I'm saying. 1 is mineral sand, 2 is electronic waste recycling, so that's batteries and mobile phones. The third area, Bangladesh arsenic problem. I don't know, still maybe a problem. So these were kind of dictated by also Bangladesh government priority, maybe because our minister was saying that can you do something with the mobile phones? We have got a lot of waste phones. And then actually I was driving him one day from his place to CSR meeting, and he was saying, what do you do? One of the first, I think 2013 or something like that. I said, I do some research around that time. We started some battery recycling research. And he said, can you do something with our mobile phones? We have got lots of them. And then I found out 130, 40 million, that time probably 120 million subscription. So at least 20, 30 million mobile phones are discarded, whereas in Australia, whole population is 25 million. We don't have that many phones. So that's why maybe we thought can be done. So that's how that work started. And then another meeting we thought, okay, arsenic is a big problem in Bangladesh, and not only Bangladesh, West Bengal also. So can we do something on that? So we have got quite a bit of focus on arsenic research. So 3 areas: mineral sand, electronic waste recovery, and arsenic. That's what we're doing. And actually this is one of the state-of-the-art review of the literature review arsenic in groundwater. 3 scientists, or 2 scientists actually came from BCSR, worked with us, and we have some arsenic expert. They developed that one. And so this is the current kind of project. Aminur Rahman, who has gone back in Bangladesh after PhD completion, and he is running those facilities and plants, helping the other colleagues in Bangladesh also, that Jaipurhat laboratory. And maybe Khairul, quickly you introduce yourself and tell what you are doing here.
Hi everyone,
So that's the second project.
my name is Khairul Islam. I have been doing PhD RMIT with the collaboration of CSIRO. So I just submitted my thesis in end of January this year. I'm working on the area of electronic waste recycling. What we do is, there are a lot of techniques, but we are doing the high temperature processing of electronic so that we can recover the valuable materials from that. Like, there are some gold, silver, and other precious metals, copper as well. Copper is plenty of, and we need it for everyday lives actually. So I'm doing this kind of research, and now waiting for the outcome of thesis submission, the reports from examiners probably. So yeah, that's where I am now.
Thank you, Khairul. So Khairul, it's just Khairul, this is under examination. As soon as that is done, he will obviously go back to Bangladesh and develop this kind of research in Bangladesh.
So you are in Bangladesh. You are working for BCSI.
Yes.
Now, second, actually third project is Rakibul, but that is delayed. Rakibul, can you tell what you are doing?
Hello everyone, I am Rakibul, and originally I'm a senior engineer back in BCSIR, and I came here to pursue my PhD at RMIT University and in collaboration with CSIRO, but I was delayed 2 years due to the COVID pandemic, but I arrived early 2022, so it's been like 1 year past my journey. I work on the lithium-ion battery recycling, which is a very, interesting product in terms of Bangladesh. We have a lot of population. As Dr. Nawshad mentioned, we are generating a lot of mobile phone waste, and also other sources of lithium-ion batteries are, for example, tablet, laptop PCs, and in future there will be some additional sources, for example, hybrid electric vehicles or hybrid electric scooters and motorcycles and etc. So at the moment there is no recycling facility back in Bangladesh. The most recycling is done on lead batteries because we have a few lead battery manufacturers. They are using their own technology. So we are studying and working on maybe developing a process to recycle lithium-ion batteries so that there could be a potential source of secondary raw materials, and maybe in future our country can also start producing lithium-ion batteries.
Thanks, Rakibul. And I think we have got 2 more students coming, Shamim Ahmed and Shanjida Sultana. They will be working in the arsenic area. So they have applied for visa. Hopefully their visa sorted out and they get leave and everything else done. Actually, that is delayed due to COVID also, but we are expecting that on track very soon. And then, so we have designed from now onwards 10 PhD students, and that will be implemented in the next 5 to 6 years. So every year will be 2-3 students will be coming probably. Okay. So that's the laboratory. If you have not been to Jaipurhat, if you go to Jaipurhat, I recommend, or I encourage or request you get into contact with Dr. Nazim Jaman, who is in charge of that lab, at least to see around what's happening. So quite one of the best facility I would say for river sand processing around the world. So they have come up to that sort of level.
So, one thing I didn't understand, that mineral sand. So, what are we going to do with that?
So basically they are river sand or beach sand. Basically river sand we are working on, because beach sand has got other issues. But say focus on Brahmaputra river sand, that has got Ti, what is called titanium minerals, titanium bearing minerals. It's called TiO2 or titanium dioxide.
Okay.
So we are trying to extract the titanium bearing minerals from that sand.
What is the use of titanium?
Mainly paint industry they use 90%, and rest 10% titanium used for plane fuselage, body parts of the plane, high good alloy or high quality alloy, for example with another metals, bicycles or glasses, sometimes glass frames. Yeah, those are the use. So it's a very expensive metal, you can say, if you go to that sort of level. But in Bangladesh, what we are saying, we are doing the primary product, and then you can refine more. But initially, we want to see that whether we can produce some primary product out of them.
What are the primary products that you are planning?
So it's called titanium dioxide at various level. Okay, it's called rutile, ilmenite, zircon, garnet. Some of the resources, for example, Australian mineral sand has got something, Bangladesh mineral has got something else. So we need to make sure that what is the best option to get what product. Okay, does that answer your question?
Sure. And your assumption is that there's a lot of these elements in that sand.
So we have tested that one.
Tested,
That's
yeah,
right.
tested.
Yeah. So it's a low grade a bit, but good thing is that there are lots of material. Okay. Because in river it's full of sand, So whereas every year coming also.
We are just very hopeful that we also have some minerals.
So that one. Second one is that hydrogen. So I'll talk a little bit. I think I was briefed that you need to know about hydrogen, and I will tell, and then finally I will